I looked at a series circuit where all our loads were connected in series such that the current passage was only through one route. Now with the parallel circuit, we've got the passage of current from the battery, from the source. It will come, part of it will go through there, will go there, some part of it will go through there, and part of it will go through there. So in such a situation, if one of the bulbs, if that bulb failed, we'll have these two bulbs still working, isn't it? And then if that bulb developed a fault, we still have these other two bulbs working. That's with the parallel circuit. And the way the parallel circuit behaves, as we go on, we shall have to measure the current coming in this branch, the current coming in this branch, and the current coming in this branch. At the same time, we shall measure the voltage drop on this bulb, and voltage bulb on this bulb, and voltage drop on this bulb. In the series circuit, we notice that the voltage drop, the same voltage, which is 12 volts, is shared through the three bulbs. That's what we noticed in the series circuit. But in this one, because you've got three different branches, you're going to have this source voltage, we have a source voltage passing through there. So it means what we are saying is, in lamp 1, it will be exposed to 12 volts. Lamp 2 will also be exposed to 12 volts. Lamp 3 will be exposed to 12 volts. In there, the voltage is shared. In here, the source voltage goes into each branch. But the current, if these bulbs were the same, it means the current will also be the same. But if the resistance of these bulbs are different, it means the current 2, 3, and current 4 will be I4 will be different. Is it understood? So it means we have, in here, the current in the series circuit, the current was the same, the voltage was shared. Here, the voltage in each branch is the same, but the current is different, depending on the resistance of that particular load in that particular load. So, what we do is, the current which is entering these branches should be equal to the sum of those. So if we measure the current at the source and the current at the outlet, it should be equal. The current at the source should be equal to the current at the outlet. And it should also be equal to the sum of these three. So the currents are added in a parallel circuit, whilst the current remains the same in the series circuit. I hope that makes sense. But we shall have to prove it as well with the actual model, like we did with the series circuit. But what we are saying is, we notice that here, put I4 current is the same through all the loads. The voltage is shared depending on the resistance of the load, and then that's the voltage. What was the resistance? The equivalent resistance is the additive. We add addition of all resistors, individual resistors. So it means if this had a resistance of 2 ohms, that has got 3 ohms, this has got 4 ohms, the total resistance in this one will be 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, which will make it 9. Are we together? It's just additive, so it means that when we come to use Ohm's law, that will be. But in here, we are still maintaining that this is 2 ohms, this is 3 ohms, and this is 4 ohms. Now, when we list, like we listed on there, here, I1 is equal to I2 plus I3 plus I4. So it means it's equal to, the I1 should be equal to the total, the addition of the current in each branch. The voltage in each branch is equal to the source voltage. Because since the source voltage is 12, so in each branch we'll get 12 volts. And then the resistance, the equivalent resistance, it will be equal to the resistance of these, the reciprocals of this. So it means what we have is, for the total resistance, we are going to have 1 over 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1 over 3 plus 1 over 4. That's what the total, the equivalent resistor. And with a parallel circuit, it means the equivalent resistor. If you notice, if you compare this and that, with this, the equivalent resistor is, since it's the additive, it's addition of all the resistors, it becomes the equivalent resistor is higher than the biggest resistor in the circuit, isn't it? So if you add all those three, it means the equivalent resistor will be higher than the highest resistor in the system. Now with this, because these are reciprocals, you find that the resistance, the equivalent resistor, is going to be smaller than the smallest. So it means the equivalent resistor, what we are going to get there, it will be smaller than 2. That's about it. I think that then we shall just try to prove it experimentally, so that we put up on a board, we wire it. Here we notice that the illumination, the illumination of the bulbs were faint. If you use one bulb, it's bright. You use two, they are slightly fainter. You use three, they are even fainter. But in this one, we shall see what happens to each bulb and what effect it is going to have if we remove one bulb. Does it affect the other two bulbs? And then once we do that, then when it comes to actual wiring on machines, then we shall see why should we use a particular circuit.